Hello and welcome back. We've had a look at most of the other tenses. Today we'll look at the past perfect tense. In other words, we'll learn how to talk about an action that happened in the past before another action in the past. Let's say there are two actions that happened in the past. The past perfect is used to clearly indicate which happened first. Let's look at this example. The class had started when I arrived. So how many actions do you see here? Yes, there are two actions. One is started, the other is arrived. Which do you think happened first? The action that happened first is started, so we use the past perfect for that. We say had started. That's why we say the class had started when I arrived. And for the action that happened after that, we just use a simple past, that is arrived. And let's look at the form of this tense. It is subject plus had plus verb 3. Verb 3 is also called the past participle. And for those of you who are not familiar with the past participle, you can refer to our lesson on regular and irregular verbs. The link to the video lesson is given in the description below. So the form is subject plus had plus verb 3. The next example, when I reached home, my mother had finished cooking. Again, there are two actions here. One is reached and the other is finished. And to indicate which action happened first, we use the past perfect. So here it is finished, so we say had finished. And for the action that happened after that, we just use a simple past. So here we're just saying reached. So the sentence is, when I reached home, my mother had finished cooking. And the next one, the man looked familiar. I had seen him before. We're using had seen because we're indicating that this happened before. So this is the form and the usage of the past perfect tense. Now let's see how to make a negative sentence. To make a negative sentence, you just have to place not after had. And when you combine had and not, it becomes hadn't. So the above sentences become, when I reached home, my mother hadn't finished cooking, or I hadn't seen him before. Now let's look at how to make questions. To make questions, you just have to move had and place it before the subject. So the form is had plus subject plus verb 3. Let's look at the example here. The train had left before he reached the station. And to make it a question, you just move had and place it before the train. Next one, Shilpa had cleaned the room before the guests arrived. So the question is, had Shilpa cleaned the room before the guests arrived? And now we're ready to move on to the past perfect continuous tense. This is very similar to the past perfect tense. The only difference is that the first action here is a continuous action. There's no other difference. So look at this example. I had been working as a sales executive for 5 years when I got the promotion. Again, there are two actions. The action that happened first is had been working. And because it's a continuous action, we use had been and then working. And for the action that happened after that, we've just used a simple past, got. So we say got the promotion. So the sentence is, I had been working for 5 years as a sales executive when I got the promotion. So please note that even here you have two actions. The only difference is that the first action here is a continuous action. Now let's look at the form. For the positive sentence is subject plus had been plus verb in the ing form. For the negative sentence is subject plus had not been plus verb in the ing form. And for the question is had plus subject plus been plus verb in the ing form. Let's look at this example. Shilpa had been studying for 3 years when she took the exam. The negative sentence, Shilpa hadn't been studying for 3 years when she took the exam. And the question is, had Shilpa been studying for 3 years when she took the exam? So this is the form and usage of both the tenses. Now please pause the video and try this exercise to check your understanding. If you found it useful, make sure you subscribe, share and like. Thank you so much.